Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to follow the inspiration of Natasa over at Treasure Books, and we're going to do it's kind of an origami, kind of an accordion pocket journal. Not really, I don't know if it's origami or not, but there's some folding involved. And I have visited my Theodosia stack and my haberdashery stack. Now the difference between the two, of course, is they have similar designs, so they coordinate very well. Both are from Hobby Lobby. The Theodosia is on white paper, and the haberdashery is on craft card. So I'm going to be using the lighter paper for my pages, and I'm going to be using the craft paper for my covers. But first I want to show you this fold, because this works with any size paper as long as you start with a square, and it would be great for tucking in as a journal insert. We are actually going to be using it for the pages, but if you wanted to use it as an insert, that would be great as well. So I have an 8.5 by 8.5 piece of paper here. And what we're going to do is fold it corner to corner. Now I hope I can see this. You want to get it as, let me do it on my side, see if I can see it better this way. You want to get it as close as possible. And I'm just going to hold that point, and then from the middle, I'm going to go out. Okay? Then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to bring these 2 points together. Let's see, turn it around toward me so I can see it. Put these points together, and I'm just going to run up this center line like this and press. I don't want to fold the whole thing or crease the whole thing. Now I am going to use my pencil to mark it, because with this lighting I'm having a hard time. So you could measure that. Just take your ruler. This Tim Holtz ruler is nice because it has the centering on it. This is actually going to be 12 inches across, so 6 inches will be the center. But if you have the centering ruler, you just make sure it's even on both sides. Put your dot in the middle. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to bring all the corners in. And like I said, this would have been easier. I'm going to take my glasses off, see if that helps me. Yeah. Right up to that point. And then I'm going to do the ones with this line first, because if I can get that line straight, it helps a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, as you'll see. It's not going to be perfect. The papers are never cut exactly perfect, but now I'm doing the other sides. This one's a little wider, this one's a little tighter, so it's okay. You want to get it as close as possible. And then this original fold line is going to be where we fold back on that. And I kind of like to, get my corners lined up pretty well. I'll use my bone folder and kind of press that out. So this is what we have so far. We have these flaps. We have, when you open these, you're going to end up with pockets. So this was an 8.5 by 8.5 piece square. It ends up being, which is really fascinating to me, a 3 by 6 when all is said and done. Now I am making my book with 12 by 12s because I'm trying to use up all my, not all, because it's never going to happen, but I'm trying to use up a lot of my stash. And so I have folded some, and I'll just go over this one more time with you. I have, starting on this side, I folded corner to corner, and then I flipped it over to this side, came up to this corner and pinched, and then I marked the center and folded these all up. Okay, now the way you remember which side to fold back is the ones with the creases. Okay, so those are the ones we're going to fold back. And these flaps are going to come out. Now this is how we're going to attach the pages to each other. So basically, this will be attached to a cover. This will be a page. Let me pull out the rest because I've done the other 4. So I've got this page. This is going to be attached here. We're going to glue these together, and then we will have a page, and then we're going to glue these 2 together, and then we'll have a page, and then we're going to glue these 2 together. Pattern side together. Unless you're using double-sided, then you can choose which side. If I was to fold these the opposite way, then I would have pattern on the triangle and I would have pattern here, but these would be white. And that would be okay too. It just wouldn't be what I'm going for at the moment. And then I have one more page, which is this one. Yeah, it goes this way. And I have this page, and I have that. Now, what's going to happen is when we turn it the other way, we're going to have all of these. Well, these are going to be glued together. So we're going to have this, we're going to have this, this, and this. Now, I have found that it works better with an odd number. These parts are going to fit in the covers. Now I've got these stacked here. This is the haberdashery. It's very lightweight. I want to say this is probably 65-pound card, but if I fold these 2 together, I'm getting a lot more strength. So this is going to fit in like this for a back cover, and this is going to fit in here for a front cover. And you can see once I attach those, this is going to be really, really neat. So let's go ahead and start attaching. We'll do the covers last. Now I better put my glasses back on. I have not made one of these before. I just saw this on Natasa's channel and thought it was so cute I had to try it. So we're trying it together. I have not made one ahead, so hopefully I don't screw the whole thing up. So I hope everyone is having a good week. Today is Thursday. We'll see if I can get this all done in one video. I don't know. Sometimes I think, oh, I'll get it all done in one shot, and then I gab too much. Okay, so I'm going to take that, then I'm going to take the next one, and I'm going to attach these point to point. Have a little bit of wiggle room with my Beacon 3-in-1. And what I thought was I might come back and decorate these triangles with some mats, because I've got plenty of this paper, and just maybe mat those. And we'll tuck something inside so that this doesn't show. We can also ink this. Lots of options. So, okay. So you don't attach the first one. This is going to go to the cover. We attach these 2 together, and we're going to flip that over. Okay, now we're going to attach the next one. I'll just keep putting the glue on this side, keep for consistency, so I don't glue that out the last one together. This will work better if you're using a random pattern instead of, you know, something that's directional. Then you won't have to quite worry about the direction, because it won't matter. I'm going to use my bone folder only to make sure that that gets completely covered. And be careful, because you can see that I'm kind of rubbing against the pockets. Okay, so I'm going to tuck this under. We have that page, and we're going to tuck this under, and we'll do the next one. Yeah, so it has been warm. It was like 82, 83 degrees on Super Bowl Sunday, and I haven't worried about the heater because it hasn't been cold enough to really need the heater. It kicked on this morning. I guess it was 34 degrees overnight, but it's supposed to be a high of 78. So, this one's next. I don't know what the deal is with our weather. It's very unpredictable. So let's see. I'm going to have to meet these in the air because the stack is a little bit higher, so making sure. I just want these to line up pretty good. I'm not worried about the rest of it lining up. It'll fall into place, but if I get these triangles, and if I fold it properly, if I get you can see that one not exactly where I want it. Might have to pull it apart. Boy, that set up really quick. So let's try that again. And there again, like I said, sometimes these papers are just not perfectly square, especially if I cut them. There we go. That looks better. Okay, and I turned it upside down. Okay, I was like, what is going on? Excuse me. I do still have a dry cough, and the doctor says it's allergies. We do live in agriculture all around, so there's always dust, there's always construction, there's always something. I mean, I've got fields and fields of almond trees and all kinds of stuff around us. All right, let's see if I can be better careful about lining that up. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. All right. So we are all connected. Okay. So this one goes on the front cover and this one goes in the back cover. But as you can see, we have pocket pages, and then we have a flap, pocket pages, flap, pocket page, flap, pocket page, flap, pocket page. I had never seen anybody do this until I saw Natasa do it. I just think it's cool. So then on this side, if you keep going, you have these here. Now, I suppose if you wanted to, you could just do the outline of the triangle and then put a tag in here, but how much are you going to be able to fit? It'd have to be a triangle shaped tag. So I'm not doing that on this one. I've just glued them down completely. But we are going to put some journal pages in between here. And I've glued those two together. So let me get that glue off of there. Okay. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, so I guess you could decide if you want this to be the front or this to be the front. Not really though, because I have these pieces here that need to be attached, and these are going to snug right up to that area. So I have made them a little bit longer. Let me tell you how. This finishes at, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8.5 by 4 1/4. Isn't that weird? 8.5 by 4.25. So the other one I started with 8.5 and I finished with a 3 by 6. This one I started with 12 by 12 and I finished with an 8.5 by 4.25. I don't know, the math. I love math. So all right, where's that lady's face? I want to see where the lady's face is. There, she's up there at the top. I want that to be the top of my book. So these are both the same. I chose the same one. So I'm going to use one for the front and one for the back. And what we're going to do, I'm going to turn it this way. And, oh, I was going to tell you, I cut this, if I remember correctly, 8 3/4 by 4.5. Or, I'm sorry, what did I cut? 8 3/4. Looks like 8 3/4, right? This is an 8 by 8, so let's just double check. So 8 3/4 by 8 3/4. That's how I cut it. The reason is when I fold it in half, it gives me just enough to center this with about 1/8 of an inch top and bottom, and it'll come right about 1/8 of an inch from that fold. So I'm just going to snug this all the way into the crease of this triangle, and then I am going to add glue to the triangle, and we will attach. Okay. I'll just double check that I've got that all the way up as far as it can go. 1/8 of an inch sticking out on each side, and then rub that down. Now I'm going to close this. There again, this is a random pattern, so I don't really have to worry about which side is up. It can go either way. Okay, this is going to give us a very sturdy cover. I'm folding that down. Like so. All right, so now I'm going to flip this one over, and I just want to double check. This is the top with the red at the top. Okay, so I'm flipping it over this way, and the red goes at the top. So I'm going to repeat this way, red at the top, and I'm going to center that in about 1/4 of an inch sticking, or 1/8 of an inch sticking out here and here from the triangle. Open that up and glue the triangle down. Fold that up, making sure that I've got this all the way in. Just want to make sure I still have the red at the top. Okay, and then I'm going to, I actually think I did it upside down. That's why I wanted a random design, because then I don't have to worry about it, because I am directionally challenged sometimes. Okay, but it's not going to matter. It's random enough. There we go. Okay, so I can flip it over this way. Now the red is on the bottom. My lady will be upside down. No, she's at the top. Oh, for heaven's sake, Kristi. Confuse yourself. Okay, so put this and check this. So yes, I want to make sure I don't have any glue oozing out. I want to get that off, because we don't want that. So there we go. And I'm wondering if I should, you wouldn't have to, but you could mat these here. And then when you get to the back of the book, you flip it over and you've got these. This side lays down here, but you can see it kind of overlaps in the back when it's laying down flat. So when you get kind of toward the other side, it will still lay down, but it's it has to move. It has to kind of slide, but I love that it will give you that room. So there's several things you could do. You could just put a journal in the middle. Oh, I think I was looking at two different ladies, guys. This one's upside down, but this one's right side up. I actually thought I was looking at that one, but maybe that's why I got confused. Either way, she's the lady I want at the top, so the red is on the bottom. But yeah, that's fun. There's so many things we can do with this. So I think I'm going to get together some more papers and maybe some for matting here, and then I will be back. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.